Everything begins before the beginning, in the vast field that has no edge. Consciousness is not something you possess. It is what you are. It is the silent space from which energy arises and into which all things return. You stand as both witness and vibration, both the still light and its movement. When you close your eyes, the outer world dissolves, yet the sense of I am remains. That simple awareness is pure energy before it takes any form. Science describes fields and waves. Mystics describe presence and light. They are pointing to the same mystery, the living continuum that breathes itself through every particle. You are that breath. Within this field, nothing is separate. Each thought sends a ripple through existence. Each emotion colors the frequency of your being. The stars above and the pulse within your chest are expressions of one radiant motion. When you grow still, the subtle vibration of life becomes audible, a hum beneath perception. It is not sound, but awareness sensing itself. This hum is the signature of being. To live consciously is to rest inside that hum while the world dances. It is to let form move while you remain unmoved. Like sunlight playing across water, the energy of consciousness never fights. It only illuminates. So begin here. Breathe and notice that breath moves by itself. Notice the awareness that sees it. You are witnessing energy moving through energy. When this is seen clearly, separation loses its weight. The idea of me and world becomes transparent, and what remains is simple radiance life, knowing itself as life. Light, when it slows, becomes form. Consciousness, when it dreams, becomes the universe. The dance between stillness and motion is eternal. Every thought is condensed light. Every emotion, a current of frequency shaping reality from within. You do not think inside your head. You think inside the whole field of being. When the mind quiets, the deeper movement of energy reveals itself as harmony. You feel aligned, creative, awake. When the mind contracts, energy fragments into tension, the illusion of conflict. Awareness does not judge these movements. It allows them as sky allows weather, rain, or sunlight. It remains untouched. To live as awareness is to let every vibration come home to silence. Notice how light behaves in your own life. It moves through attention. What you look upon expands. What you ignore fades. This is the subtle law of energy. Consciousness gives life to what it loves. When you look with fear, light bends and distorts. When you look with love, light flows freely. In that openness, even the densest matter begins to remember its source. Form is not the enemy of spirit. Form is the slowing of light, so that awareness can experience itself in time. Your body, your thoughts, your surroundings, all are light made visible. And so, to understand consciousness, you need not travel far. Simply rest your attention gently upon anything and feel its inner aliveness. You will sense the same pulse that lives within you. Within each human being flows a symphony of frequencies. Some play in tune with the heart, others discord until they are heard. To heal is not to destroy the dissonance, but to listen so deeply that it dissolves in understanding. Energy follows attention. Where your awareness goes, your life force flows. When you focus on fear, energy crystallizes into resistance. When you focus on truth, it expands into peace. The body is a mirror of the mind's current. Tension in muscle is thought made dense. Relaxation is thought forgiven. To restore harmony, you do not fight the noise. You invite silence. Silence retunes the instrument of the self. It is not the absence of sound, but the presence of infinite listening. Breathe again. As you exhale, imagine releasing every story that tightens your light. Feel the spaciousness return. This is energy, remembering freedom. Emotion, too, is energy in motion. Let it move. Grief becomes depth. Anger becomes clarity. Joy becomes expansion. All are waves in one ocean of consciousness. When you allow every wave, the ocean shines. Awareness becomes luminous, transparent, whole. You begin to sense not just personal energy, but collective vibration, the field shared by all beings. Compassion arises naturally here, for you see that every distortion is simply light-seeking balance. What you forgive in another, you release in yourself. Healing spreads outward like ripples from a single breath. Eventually, every motion seeks rest. Every current returns to the ocean. Energy completes its circle in stillness. Consciousness remembers itself, not through striving, but through surrender. When the search ends, illumination begins. Sit quietly and notice. Even in silence, something shines. That shining is the living light of awareness, unchanging, unhurried, whole. You may call it presence, being, source, God, the self. Names do not matter. What matters is the direct knowing that you are not apart from it. You are its expression in form. When this is seen, living becomes effortless. You act without anxiety, love without grasping, speak without defense. Energy flows as grace. Everyday moments turn sacred because you see the one consciousness moving through all things. The wind, the laughter of a child, the ache in your chest, each is the same light in different rhythm. To walk in this knowing is to live awake within the dream. Nothing is rejected. Everything becomes invitation. The world is not something to escape, but something to illuminate. The teaching ends where it began, in awareness itself, silent, luminous, complete. Here, energy and consciousness are one. The light you seek has always been the one who is seeking. If this message has spoken to something deep within you, let this space remain a quiet reminder of your own light. You can support the growth of Lumen Within by liking this video, subscribing, and sharing it with someone who may need this piece today. Every small gesture of awareness helps the light reach farther into the world. And as always, thank you for being here, for listening, and for remembering the radiance you already are.